Hi all, thanks for watching. My name is Carl Bell, and today we're going to give you a quick run through on what is happening at Tenzig. We're going to go through some new additions to our hardware lineup, discussing the latest firmware update, and then what's new with our partner alliances. Joining me today is Matthew Phillips.
Hello.
He's from our quality assurance team, and he's going to kind of fill in the blanks of some of my technical limitations and give us additional input. So first up is a hardware update. We do have a new unit entering the production lineup soon. This will be called the 7300Q series and will be coming sometime in Q1. Demos will be available around the same time. This will be available with all the usual operating systems we offer, such as Zero clients for VMware, Citrix and AVD, Linux, Windows 10 and now Windows 11. This unit will bring back the option of PoE that was formerly available on now end-of-life 5900Q series. The unit does come with two HDMI ports, both supporting a 4K resolution at 60 Hz. And if you do need a third screen, it also features a USB-C Alt-DP output that can be used with any Alt-DP compatible monitors. As just mentioned, Windows 11 is now shipping. This is available on all hardware platforms and will come with 128 gig DOM as standard. USB port Type-C Gen 2 Alt-DP available on the 7100Q quad screen units and the 7500Q TA laptops. We are also offering a 10 Zig port replicator of expandability. Just plug it into the USB-C Alt-DP+PD port. This will enable fast charging a laptop via the docking station's USB-C port. In addition, the multi-port replicator will feature USB port expansions, HDMI DP monitor connections, RJ45 LAN connection, and an SD card reader. Next up is the trusted Zero client. I'm going to let Matt talk about this device in a little more detail.
Yep. So this is a partnership with HP. There's two really big use cases for this here. So PCORP Ultra being one of them. So media and entertainment. If you have a need for very high-end graphics, this is going to be your use case for that. I'll let you guys Google more about PCORP Ultra. The other use case is going to be very high security environments. Buzzword like C2C or comply to connect. So this has to do with like zero trust and usually a Department of Defense requirement. You'll know if this is required. So again, it's in the spirit that ensures that both the user and their device meet defined access requirements. That's the spirit anyway. We could do a whole video on this topic. Just one more point. So the 10Zig Manager can be used to manage these endpoints. So if you have RPOS units already, or 10Zig Windows units, or 10Zig Linux clients like PCOS and NOS, one pane of glass, one manager, take care of all this. So the three big points are it's high security, high-end graphics, and there's one manager, one pane of glass.
And you said earlier it'd be customers looking for security, high-end graphics, so media and entertainment, finance, DoD.
Yeah, or okay. CAD, like if you're doing CAD drawing or something like that, that's gonna be helpful too. So
perfect. All right, moving on. Matt, do you want to pick up bullet points 1 and 2 for us? Give us a bit more of a rundown.
Sure. So the enable, show, accept, reject dialog box in VNC setting by default. So what this is so VNC is you're able to remote into a unit and see exactly what the user is seeing with the VNC protocol. We now, by default, have a box that pops up on the user screen where they're going to accept or reject that connection. And this has to do with privacy laws and this sort of thing. So if you upgrade to 16.5.38, you're not going to this isn't going to change. The original setting that you have is going to stay there. If you factory default after updating, though, then this box by default is going to be checked. So you can create a new template after disabling this if you're not interested in having this on, or you can go in and edit an existing configuration with it. So not required. So I think that takes care of both of those. So on back to you for the Fabulous.
Yeah, so we fully integrated Fabulous now. So Fabulous is a new integration we recently added, and it's now in the base firmware for all NOS and PCOS devices. And for those not familiar, this is a USB redirection software. It's going to provide you additional USB connectivity for peripherals that may not be supported in some VDI environments. It is not a requirement. Many peripherals already work, but it will help fill in the blanks if you run across any limitations. Next up, so yeah, this has been some cosmetic improvements in terms of the wallpaper. We did update the Linux kernel. This comes with improvements in power display settings, boot speed, and there is apparently more improvements coming in the next release, so stay tuned for that. We have added support for WPA3 access points. I don't know if we need to elaborate anything, Matt, or it's just the latest and greatest in terms of security or authentication.
That's right. Yeah, just a quick bit. So I mean, WPA2 was the old standard. So we now have WPA3, so higher security.
Okay.
As you would expect with a new protocol on we now support that on our Linux-based units. So if you want to restrict units to require WPA3 authentication, you can now do that.
Perfect. So some improvements for docking station support. I'll let you kind of elaborate on what's been done there. I know you've been playing with it.
Yep. Yeah. So the big ones here are Alt-DP and PD. So Alt-DP, this is functionality, is to send video via USB-C port replicator. So if you have DP DisplayPort, right, you can plug that in. It's sending video. PD that's all about for charging your laptop via that port replicator. So this is both third party, and then also we have our own port replicator now. So we've expanded support across the board, and we actually have a spec sheet on our website, and we'll put the link to that for our 10-sig port replicator.
So that'll be for our 10-sig port replicator, third-party docking stations, and then also third-party docking stations using laptops repurposed with RPOS, correct?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay,
you got it.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so some easy ones. So we do have a new AWS client for customers using Amazon workspaces. This is available on demand, and we have updated the AVD client to the latest, which does come with some improvements for Teams audio. We missed one, didn't we?
Yep, the one I forgot to talk about. So enable detect Wi-Fi public sign-in. Turned on by default. So what this is when you connect to public Wi-Fi in a coffee shop or an airport or something like that, you're going to get that disclaimer that pops up, and you got to agree to those terms. So this is on by default now. So this is a setting you can turn on and off if you don't want folks connecting to public Wi-Fi, say. So by default, that's going to be on now.
I'd imagine most people with a laptop are going to want that feature on by
probably
default.
So. Yeah, probably so.
All right. Looks like you're 1 and 2 again, Matt. They're beyond my technical ability to explain.
So what do we got here? So added the ability to create a custom ISO for Repurposing configuration. So Repurposing or RPOS, this is our repurposing software. So it's a lightweight Ubuntu kernel-based operating system that you can install on third-party hardware and basically turn it into a 10-zig thin or zero client, if you want to call it that. It's managed also in the 10-zig manager. So we're big about one pane of glass, simplicity. So what this is talking about with the ISO is deployment is originally just via USB. So you can deploy it, you can install it on the unit. What this is talking about is actually being able to live boot from that USB. You can live boot that, you can configure that on your initial deployment, and then you can add add-ons to that, and then you can create a nice ISO that has all of those changes in it, and then use that to create more USB drives, and then use that to use that ISO to deploy those USB drives to your units. This isn't required. You can still do it the old way, and that's use the default ISO to image your units, and then you can use the 10-zig manager to push out add-ons, to push out templates to configure your units. It's just an additional option. You'll find that tool.
This would be an easier way then for people who say don't want to stand at the management console.
Yeah, exactly.
Wish to just kind of send out a thumb drive to a remote location. They just don't want to connect to via the cloud connector or something.
Yep. Yeah, you're still going to license it via the secure connector, but yeah, so you can create that customized ISO. It's just an additional option for deployment is the short of it. So the next one, added AD. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so added AD password reset option when using LDAP. So you have the ability to turn on LDAP for our units, and so then you authenticate into the unit using your AD credentials via LDAP. We now support the ability to reset passwords for reset AD passwords on those units via LDAP. So
perfect.
Nice and easy for that one.
And again, I'll take all the easy ones.
I forgot. We have PDF documentation for the RPOS one. So if you're interested in that ISO, we'll put a link in the description for the PDF so you can kind of read more about how all that works.
All right, so next up, so we have added the new Leostream client. There's been an update to the Liquidware client. We do have a new Parallels client as well. Inuvika is now added by default. There is a Ring Central VDI plugin. This is available as an add-on, and there is no changes really to VMware Horizon or Citrix clients. We do have newer versions available as add-ons. If anyone needs any of these add-ons, you can just find them on the website, or you can just reach out to support@tenzig.com. Okay, so Matt, it looks like you're probably going to be the guy to take this up. It looks nothing on obviously the Citrix client really, but it looks like we have some more federal specific updates on the NOS-M and then something on the NOS-V. So I'll let you elaborate.
Sure. Yeah, sure. So, all right. So the first two bullet points there under the Microsoft bits are NLA TLS support for smart cards on Direct RDP. And then we've also added 90-meter support. So both of those are about using smart cards or CAC cards, common access cards, if you're in the government DoD space. So if you're SIPERNet or NIPRNet or JWICS, so that 90-meter support for Direct RDP is going to take care of you there. And then the NLA TLS, that's for more regular smart cards. We're very close to supporting 90-meter and NIPR, SIPR, JWICS on AVD, and I think Carl is going to ask later for volunteers, and he has some contact information if you're interested in testing that. So what's the next one? VMware Omnissa. So added auto launch URL option. So this is if you want to automatically launch and connect to the connection server on boot. So that's all that is. So you can turn that on and off now. So
awesome. All right, so coming up now, so it looks like point one is just kind of a repeat of what Matt just mentioned regarding the smart card authentication. So we do have a tech preview available. So if you're interested in being a tester, reach out to us at info@tenzig.com or info@tenzig.eu, and we'll get you in that program. Next up, in terms of our Windows 11 migration offerings, you can use our repurposing software to run Windows 11 desktops on non-TPM hardware. So instead of throwing out the non-TPM hardware, you can repurpose the devices, or if you really want to still throw them out, you can just move to Windows 11 thin clients. Any information on that, just reach out to sales@tenzig.com with any questions. Okay, so looks like a few slides here, for a few of the bullet points here kind of cross over. So I'll let you just dig into sure. that, Matt, and then let me know when you get to the past the XDC agent.
Yeah, okay. So top one, so added add-ons to automatic firmware updates for the web console. So the web console has this ability where you can make groups based on filters. So then you filter your units into groups, and then once they're in that group, you can do stuff with them, right? So traditionally, we had only offered just regular old firmware updates, but what we've added now is, in addition to automatically pushing out firmware updates to those groups, you can automatically push out add-ons to support stuff like, say, you're adding WebEx or Leostream or something like that. It just makes it easier to deploy those sorts of things. So you unbox your unit, it gets added to the group based on those filters, and then it's going to get its firmware update, its add-on, and then its template, and renamed if necessary. The next 2 or 3 points do all go together. So we have remotely image RPOS units, added ability to import MAC address to image recovery tab using CSV files, and then added support to reimage with .tar files. So let me tell you about this. So kind of the flow of this is, let's say you have a bunch of RPOS units and you are not wanting to use the old SneakerNet USB way to deploy the image to these units. So what you can do is, if you get a list of those MAC addresses for that third-party hardware, put that into a CSV, you can import that into the manager, and you can use the manager to pixie boot your units into basically a recovery environment. And from there, you can use the .tar file to then push out RPOS to your unit. So this is very exciting, because before we were always kind of limited to the USB drive. So that's just that. And updated XTC agent. Let me get my notes for that. Yeah, so actually, let me say a little bit more about the added support to reimage with .tar files. So at Tenzig, we always offer a lot of value to our customers, and we're not a subscription-based company. We don't like to lock our customers in. So if you have a NOS C unit, so NOS Citrix unit, or NOS V unit, VMware unit, or a NOS M unit, so this is Microsoft, AVD, Direct RDP, and you decide that you want to change from one to the other. So if you're a VMware customer, you decide you want to go with Citrix or you want to go to AVD, you can use that .tar file, just as I described with RPOS, to push out that image to the unit. So you can take that NOS VMware unit and then convert it to NOS M so that you can use AVD, for instance.
So this is a more simplified version of how we did it in the past. This makes it a lot easier. So you can still retain the zero client GUI, but you can switch between them seamlessly. Yep.
Yeah, and it's super fast too. I mean, as long as Pixie's the big one, so you support Pixie if it's on network, and then you're able to push out those images. So lots of extra value for our customers, honestly. So it's really great.
Is there instructions for that anywhere, or are we going to provide any?
Yes, reach out to support. And they'll be able to hook you up.
So the support at tenzig.com on that one.
Correct. Yeah. Yep. You got it. So with the XTC agent, so there's a new version of the XTC agent. So the XTC agent is a bit that gets installed onto Windows images, and this agent communicates with the Tenzig manager. So with this new version, we're supporting bulk package updates. What that means is you're able to push out applications or other changes to your Windows endpoints via the Tenzig manager. So we call those packages, like if you need to install some kind of new application or maybe update the Horizon client or something like that. There's also better RAM utilization and a few other improvements. So we recommend updating to this latest version that's included in the Tenzig Manager 5.4.0.0. You can grab a quick snapshot of the Tenzig Manager VM, upgrade to that latest manager. You'll get that new XTC agent, and you'll be able to push it out. Probably take you about 20 minutes to update your Tenzig Manager. We'll put a link in the description for that also. So
awesome.
And I'll give this one to you, Carl. Windows 11.
You like to give me all the easy ones, right?
Yep.
make me feel important. All right, so Windows 11 units are now Tenzig Manager supported. We also include native support now for the HP Trust Center. So the trusted zero clients Matt was talking about earlier, they have to authenticate to the HP Trust Center, and that can now has native support within the Tenzig Manager, which means you can now manage the Tenzig Windows devices 10.11, the trusted zero clients, along with any repurposed endpoints using Repurposing, as well as the Tenzig NOS-based zero clients and PCOS Linux devices, all in one pane of glass, like Matt mentioned earlier. So manage all the devices in a mixed environment in one pane. Okay, so I guess this part will be me. So just some new alliance partners and a quick update on a WebEx we're doing. So Aporto is a new partner we're working with. They offer a secure, affordable video experience that can be accessed quickly and easily through a lockdown browser on any one of our purpose-built Tenzig thin clients or any devices imaged with Repurposing. Leostream. This allows for true freedom of choice when delivering access to remote desktops and is a low-cost alternative to traditional VDI platforms. If you do want to learn more about any of these partners, just go to the website, view tech partners, and you can check out the solution briefs. Finally, before we end, be sure to sign up for our informative webinar showcasing FlexDirect. This is Liquidware's game-changing application deployment solution, and in collaboration with Tenzig thin clients. And you can register through the Tenzig events page. That is a wrap. Like Matt mentioned, we'll post the release notes and various other documentation at the end of this to give you more information. If you want any information on any points we've mentioned, any questions at all, the easiest way to reach out is to sales@tenzig.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Bye, everyone.